already decided. Black order, no controllers. Every second comes with cost. I leave no mark. You look back, there's nothing there. Like I vanished in the air. Power isn't what you show. It's the things they'll never know. You don't build it in the light. You become it in the night. Black order. You follow rules, I write them. I don't raise my voice. I raise decisions. Smoke in the air, slow like time. Leather seats, city lights align. No rush here, I own the pace. Every move calculated grace. Control, I don't chase, I control. Silence, that's how power is told. Stay cold, never let it glow. They talk loud, but they don't know. Real kings move quiet, slow. No mercy, no noise, no fear, just choice. You feel it, don't you? This pressure, this silence. Control, everything under control. No mercy. That's the code.
Silver ash falling on the dashboard. Empty streets bending under faded lights. Your shadow moving through the rearview slowly, while the silence breathes against the windows tonight. cross your fingers. Static voices disappearing through the hallway, while the night keeps swallowing the distance around us. chair. I lean back like I've always been there. You push hard, trying hard to make waves. I just watch every move that you make. Calm dominance, I move in silence. You feel the weight in this quiet presence. Steady gaze, nothing violent. I run the room with a hush, with a hush. Heart rate low, pressure high. I don't raise my voice, I just change your mind. You can call my name, you can test my pride. I don't need to win to know it's mine. Slow breath, measured steps on the floor. I don't rush, I just open the door. You talk loud, but your eyes drift away. I say less, still I make you stay. Calm dominance, I move in silence. You feel the weight in this quiet presence. Steady gaze, nothing violent. I run the room with a hush, with a hush. Glass half full, hand resting on the chair. I lean back like I've always been there. You push hard, trying hard to make waves. I just watch every move that you make. Calm dominance, I move in silence. You feel the weight in this quiet presence. Steady gaze, nothing violent. I run the room with a hush, with a hush. Heart rate low, pressure high. I don't raise my voice, I just change your mind. You can call my name, you can test my pride. I don't need to win to know it's mine. Calm dominance, I move in silence. You feel the weight in this quiet presence. Steady gaze, nothing violent. I run the room with a hush, with a hush. I found a die by the door. White cubes, 6 black scars. You said pick what you want, so I picked up the stars. One for the tape, 2 for the turn, 3 for the spark in my hand. If I'm gonna jump, let it burn, let it land where it lands. Roll me over, let the day come out. Roll me over, spin my name around. I don't need a map, I just need a little chance. Roll me over, and I'll make my own dance. Your boots by the sink, my keys in a bowl. We laughed at the mess, like it knew our whole soul. 1 for the loose, 2 for the win, 3 for the crack in the plan. If the road starts small, let it open my hands. Roll me over, let the day come out. Roll me over, spin my name around. I don't need a map, I just need a little chance. Roll me over, and I'll make my own dance. If the ceiling falls in, we'll call it a sky. If the answer runs off, we'll ask it why. Hand on my heart, toe on the line. I was built for the toss and the losing side. Roll me over, let the day come out. Roll me over, spin my name around. I don't need a map, I just need a little chance. Roll me over, and I'll make my own dance. I found a dart by the door, white cube, 6 black scars. You said pick what you want, so I picked up the stars. 1 for the take, 2 for the turn, 3 for the spark in my hand. If I'm gonna jump, let it burn, let it land where it lands. Roll me over, let the day come out. for the crack in the plan. If the road starts small, let it open my hands. Roll me over, let the day come out. Roll me over, spin my name around. Roll me over. I don't need a map, I just need a little chance. Roll me over, and I'll make my own dance. If the ceiling falls in, we'll call it a sky. If the answer runs off, we'll ask it why. Hand on my heart, toe on the line. I was built for the toss and the losing side. Roll me over, let the day come out. Roll me over, spin my name around. Roll me over. I don't need a map, I just need a little chance. Roll me over, and I'll make my own dance.
There's a shadow in the doorway. Don't you look him in the eye. He don't knock, he don't whisper. He just waits for you outside. Hear the footsteps getting closer, like a drum beneath the skin. You can run, but you can't hide it. He already knows your sin. In the night, in the silence, something cold is moving in. No mercy, no forgiveness, just the weight of what you did. Bones, you feel it breathing down your neck. Every word you ever spoke, every lie you can't forget. There's a fire in the distance, but it don't give you no light. Only shadows growing longer as it steps into your life. No warning, no salvation. ends. It don't hate you, it don't love you, it just waits until the end. Egi alır, egi alır. We sailed with 30, we return with 12. The gold is heavy, the stories delve into the dark where the brave men sleep, where the ocean keeps their bones, their names, their final breath. I carry them all, I carry death.
And life and gold and stolen fire. I am the pyre, I am the pyre.
That burns with memory, that burns with shame, for every man who never knew my name.
But die beside me, shield to shield.
The price of this field of
Silver of sorrow, of saga told, is young and old, is young and old.
and cold and cold and cold.
The sea gives, the sea takes.
The wave breaks, the wave breaks.
What returns is never the same.
Only the gold, only the name.
That lives in song, that lives in me.
For those who fell
For those who bleed
into the foam,
into the deep,
where the lost ones sleep.
where the lost ones sleep.
Dragi kamerater.
En egi allir,
Gul og glómur, blóð og tarar.
Þáttur verðurinn.
Þáttur verðurinn. Dragi kamerater.
Dregi kemur aftur.
En egi allir.
En egi allir.
I smell the pitch where we burned the hall. I hear the screams, I hear the call of women, of children, of men like me, who stood their ground, who chose to be the wall between their home and us. The wolves who came from the frozen us, and now I sail with the ghost behind in my mind.
In my
The
mind.
gold shines bright, but their eyes shine more in the lore of what we did, of what we took, for the saga, for the book that will not tell of their last stand. But I will.
Ekmantik.
Ekmantik,
Alaikar.
alaikar,
Alaikar.
alaikar.
The sea gives, the sea takes.
The wave breaks,
The wave breaks. What returns is never the same.
only the gold, only the
That
name.
lives in song, that lives in me.
For those who fell
For those who bleed
into the foam,
into the deep,
where the lost ones sleep.
where the lost ones sleep.
Dragi kamerater.
En egi allir.
Gul og glómur, blóð og tarar.
Þáttur verðurinn.
Þáttur verðurinn.
Hver kemur heim, sá vindurinn velur. Sá vindurinn velur. Feður. Sá stormurinn tekur. Sá stormurinn tekur. Sá stormurinn tekur. The long return, the longer road that leads not home but through the night. A memory of fading light.
That was their eyes,
That was their laugh.
that was the better half of what we were, of what we are.
Just a scar
Just the scar
that will not heal.
that will not
The
fade.
price we paid.
The price we paid. I will not hide the gold away. I will not drink another day without their names upon my tongue, without their songs already sung. I will stand upon the shore and tell them all and tell them more of 30 men who sailed with me, and 12 returned upon the sea. The others sleep where the waves break, for glory's sake, for glory's sake. And I will join them when I fall, but not before, not before I make their names outlast the stone,
I make
their sagas known.
no,
No,
no. does not forget. What returns is never the same. What remains is the debt.
Trekker kamerater,
Trekker kamerater,
legger alle.
en jeg i alle.
Trekker kamerater,
Trekker kamerater,
legger alle.
en jeg i alle.
Trekker kamerater,
Trekker kamerater,
legger alle.
en jeg i alle.
Trekker kamerater,
Trekker kamerater,
legger alle.
en jeg i alle.
Bär med roms, bär dräkkom, bär riffom, bär falom.
Someone,
Saman. Trekker kamerater,
legg i alle. Legg i alle. You left your coat by the door. I left the key in the bowl. Red petals on the tile, like we fought with the whole house. My glass still got your mark. Yours still got my lipstick. I keep stepping around what I know I can't fix. And it hurts to look down at what we let go. Every little sign says we should have known. Roses on the floor, roses on the floor. We were beautiful, then we broke some more. Roses on the floor, roses on the floor. Say my name one time, then leave me wanting more. You said don't start again. I said I can't pretend. Now the quiet in this room feels louder than your friends. The frame's still on the wall, the picture's turned around. Two shadows in the hall, but you're nowhere to be found. And it hurts to look down at what we let go. Every little sign says we should have known. Roses on the floor, roses on the floor. We were beautiful, then we broke some more. Roses on the floor, roses on the floor. Say my name one time and leave me wanting more. Maybe we were too wild, maybe we were too proud. Maybe love just gets loud, then it burns itself out. I still trace the red where you stood before. Wish I could pick us up from the roses on the floor. Roses on the floor, roses on the floor, roses on the floor. We were beautiful, then we broke some more. Roses on the floor, roses on the floor, roses on
took me a long time to realize I was living for everybody else. Spend years chasing approval from people changing every day, trying to fit inside expectations I never helped create. Every choice came with an audience, every dream came with advice. Funny how everybody knew my future better than I did myself. Not my life anymore, not my burden to carry, not my job to keep everybody happy. I gave enough years away trying to become what others wanted. Not my life anymore. Some folks wanted me richer, some wanted me quieter, some wanted me stronger, some wanted me smaller. And the harder I tried pleasing everybody, the further I drifted from myself. Till one morning in the mirror, a stranger looked back. Not my life anymore, not my circus to run, not my responsibility to be everyone's version of someone. Because peace finally arrived the day I stopped performing. Not my life anymore. Leave when I wanna leave, stay when I wanna stay, say no without explaining, and sleep just fine that way. Turns out freedom ain't complicated, it just costs a little courage. And most of us spend decades too afraid to pay the price. The older I get, the less interested I am in being understood by everybody. Not my life anymore, not my fear to keep, not my need to impress people who never lose sleep over me. And if that disappoints somebody, they'll survive just fine. Not my life anymore. Finally mine. That's a good trade. Peaky Blinders. Caps low, blades inside. Step slow, we don't hide. Smoke thick, night falls. City knows our cause. Peaky Blinders. Steel eyes, no fear. One look, you disappear. No talk, just signs. One move, your line. Peaky Blinders. Don't run, too late. Wrong turn, wrong fate. You feel that sound, we're all around. Peaky Blinders. Brothers, stand close. No trust for most. One code, one way. We rule this place. Peaky Blinders. No peace, no life. Only deals at night. You breathe, we allow. You live for now. Peaky Blinders. Stay still, stay low. You never say no. You walk, we decide. No way to hide. Peaky Blinders.
Flicker of the street light, shadows play chess. Night's a quiet teacher, heart under the red. Wheels come steady, the city's pulse slow. Underneath the surface, rivers still flow. Thoughts tangle heavy, wrapped in silk thread. Echoes in the chamber, words left unsaid. Lonely, the blanket draped on my chest. Dreams drift distant, but I'm trying my best. Night currents pulling, I'm caught in the stream. Darkness whispers secrets, feels like a dream. Eyes on the horizon, lost in the glow. Night currents pulling, where do they go? Last reflections slip in neon cascade. Faces blur together, memories fade. Silence speaks louder, the symphony raw. Every crack in the pavement, every hidden flaw. Red fogs the window, tracing my name. Wounds heal slower when you carry the blame. Stars hang distant, suspended in frost. Map of the heavens, a guide for the lost. Night currents pulling, I'm caught in the stream. Darkness whispers secrets, feels like a dream. Eyes on the horizon, lost in the glow. Night currents pulling, where do they go? Flicker of the street light, shadows play chess. Night's a quiet teacher, heart under the red. Wheels come steady, the city's pulse slow. Underneath the surface, rivers still flow. Thoughts tangle heavy, wrapped in silk thread. Echoes in the chamber, words left unsaid. Lonely as a blanket draped on my chest. Dreams drift distant, but I'm trying my best. Night currents pulling, I'm caught in the stream. Darkness whispers secrets, feels like a dream. Eyes on the horizon, lost in the glow. Night currents pulling, where do they go? Flash reflections lit the neon cascade. Faces blur together, memories fade. Silence speaks louder, a symphony raw. Every crack in the pavement, every hidden flaw. Red fogs the window, tracing my name. Wounds heal slower when you carry the blame. Stars hang distant, suspended in
darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of our street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. Disturb the sound of silence. Fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And their people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and this sign flashed out its warning in their words. This sign said, the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence. People spend their whole lives trying to look strong. The strongest person I ever knew never had to. watch that person wake before sunrise, day after day, year after year, carry worries nobody could see, and somehow keep everybody near. Never asked the world for sympathy, never made a show of pain, just kept putting one foot forward through sunshine and through rain. The strongest person I ever knew didn't raise their voice, didn't need attention, didn't need a choice. When life got heavy and the road got rough, the strongest person I ever knew just kept showing up. Watch that person hold a family together through the hardest years, carry heartbreak in private places, and wipe away everybody else's tears. The bills got paid somehow, the meal still found the table, and even when exhausted, that person stayed able. The strongest person I ever knew didn't wear strength like a crown, didn't talk about sacrifice, just quietly held things down. And looking back now, I finally see enough. The strongest person I ever knew made hard things look easy. Before the brave face would arrive, and it hits me harder nowadays. The older I become, how many battles were being fought that nobody knew about. Strength isn't loud most of the time. It's invisible. The strongest person I ever knew never asked for praise, never kept score, never counted the days, just carried love through every season, no matter what life put them through. And if you're wondering who I'm talking about, it wasn't a soldier, it wasn't a preacher, it wasn't a businessman. The strongest person I ever knew was a woman. And she probably doesn't know it.
Lollipop, lollipop, lick it like a lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, baby, don't you make it stop. Lollipop, lollipop, sweet like a midnight drop. Lollipop, lollipop, round and round we never stop. Cherry lips, neon lights, shadows dancing through the night. Slow motion, heartbeat high, got me spinning on the spot. Sugar rush, take me high, moonlight living in your eyes. No words, just the vibe, feel it running through my mind. Lollipop, lollipop, lick it like a lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, baby, don't you make it stop. Lollipop, lollipop, sweet like a midnight drop. Lollipop, lollipop, round and round we never stop. Don't you stop. One more taste, one more shot. Lollipop, lollipop, lick it like a lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, baby, don't you make it stop. Lollipop, lollipop, sweet like a midnight drop. Lollipop, lollipop, round and round we never stop. Lollipop, lollipop, lick it like a lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, baby.
No one there when the lights went out. No guiding voice, no helping shout. I learned to stand on shattered ground, turned every loss to solid sound. They wanted proof, I gave them none. I don't perform, I just become a man who walks without a fear, even when the end is near. I was built without mercy, forged in nights so cold. No one came to save me, so I learned control. No fear in my shadow, no doubt in my chest. I don't need permission, I don't second guess. Trust is thin like broken glass. I let it go, I let it pass. Loyalty is hard to find, so I keep mine undefined. Don't need love to feel alive. I survive, I redefine. Every step I take is mine, even if I walk the line. No mercy made me who I am. I don't raise my voice to fight. I don't chase what feels right. Everything I need is still. Buried deep inside my will. They get loud, I disappear. That's the sound of nothing near. No reaction, no display. I just let it fade away. I choose silence over fear. That's the reason I'm still here. No panic in my breath, no running from death. I don't bend, I don't break. Every risk I calmly take. In the quiet I remain, untouched by the pain. Every move is measured slow. Every truth I never show. Not because I'm incomplete, I just don't admit defeat. They confuse calm with weak. That's the edge they'll never reach. Power lies in what you hide, not in what you put outside. I walk through fire with steady hands. No second thoughts, no backup plans. They drew the line, I crossed it slow. No need to prove what I already know. Cold eyes watching, let them stare. I've been alone, I've breathed that air. No chains left that I can feel. Pain don't cut when the mind is steel. Fear is a stranger, don't know his name. Knocked on my door, but I don't play. I've seen the dark, I've made it home. Now I stand here, carved in stone. No hesitation, no retreat. I face the storm, I don't repeat. The man I was, he's long gone. What's left of me just moves on. Nothing to win, nothing to lose. They chase the crown, I chase the truth. That's something money can't produce. Every scar tell. I learned to listen, I learned it well. Silence louder than any scream. That's where I built everything. I don't run, I don't hide. I just let the moment decide. If it breaks me, let it try. I've already died inside. I don't speak unless it matters. I don't move unless it's time. Every scar I carry forward, every loss was part of mine. They were loud, I stayed in silence. Watched them fade into the night. Built my kingdom in the shadows, where the weak avoid the fight. No, I don't need a crown. No, I don't need a name. I walk through fire alone, and I came back untamed. I fear nothing, not the fall, not the silence, not at all. I've been broken, I stood tall. Now I answer to no call. I move quiet, dug them in stone. Cold as steel, but I've grown. I don't run, I don't hide. I just face it on my own. No applause when I was bleeding. No one there to understand. So I turned my pain to power, built a life with steady hands. They keep chasing validation, I keep walking through the storm. Every step another lesson, every wound a new form. Look me in the eyes, you won't see fear. Just a man who died and reappeared. Midnight breath on a frozen street, steel in my spine, no retreat. Voices fade when I walk through. I don't ask what's false or true. No reflection I recognize, just a man with sharpened eyes. Every step cuts clean and slow. I don't stop, I just outgrow. There's no pulse of fear in me, no chains, no gravity. If I fall alone, but I rise like carved in stone. No hesitation in my veins, no surrender, no restraints. I don't run from what I face, I stand still, I hold my place. Decisions, no regret. Every loss a deeper debt. Paid in silence, paid in time. Every scar a sharper line. They want fire, I give them ice. Calculated, never twice. No emotion left to show. That's the strength they'll never know. I don't let it show anymore. Not the way I used to feel. There's a distance I've created that no one else can steal. Every reaction is delayed, every thought is filtered clean. I've been building quiet layers between myself and what I mean. I don't let it show. very truth I never offer helps me stay complete. I don't ask for understanding, I don't reach for anything. I just move in quiet rhythm, like it doesn't mean a thing. There were nights I almost broke, almost let it all collapse, but I've learned to hold the pieces before they turn to cracks. Now I stand in calm reflection, like there's nothing left to lose, even though I know inside me there's a storm I always choose. If I let it all come through, I wouldn't know what to do. That's how I remain. You won't see it in my posture, you won't hear it in my tone, but there's something always present that I carry on my own. Every step is slightly heavier than it seems from where you stand. There's a lifetime in the silence of a quiet, guarded man. It's the weight I never show, the burden I don't name. Every scar is well contained, every loss without a frame. I don't need to be acknowledged, I don't need to be released. I just live within the pressure, like it's something I can keep. There were times I almost dropped it, let it fall and let it break, but I tightened up my grip again for my own control's sake. Now it feels like part of me, like it's always been this way, and I don't remember clearly when it started to decay. If I ever set it down, I might never lift it now. never lets it slip too far. Every word is placed with caution. Like a carefully dealt card. There's a stillness in his presence, like a storm that learned to wait. You can feel it in the silence, but you'll never see it break. He never raises his voice, but that don't mean he's at peace. There's a tension in his breathing, that he never will release. You can ask him what he's thinking, he'll just give a subtle smile and redirect the question, like he always does in style. There were nights he almost shattered. There were truths he almost spoke. But he swallowed every sentence like a man who learned to cope. Now he moves without resistance through a life he never chose, and he carries every memory in the silence that he knows. If he ever said too much, he might lose his careful touch. He never raises his voice, and that's how he keeps control. He leaves without a sound, like he was never there. No goodbye, no explanation. No reason left to share. There's a pattern in his absence, in the way he disappears. Every exit is intentional, every step avoids the fear. He leaves without a sound, that's the way he copes. Never stay long enough to build something close. He don't wait for it to matter, he don't wait for it to stay. He just walks before the feeling has a chance to find its way. There were places he could settle, there were people he could choose, but he saw what comes with staying, and he knew he'd have to lose. So he kept his distance steady, like a rule he can't ignore, and he made a home in leaving before there could be more. If he stayed a little while, he might forget his style. He leaves without a sound, and becomes the night again. The rain taps slow on a broken street. Same old bar, same empty seat. Whiskey talks, but I don't reply. Got too much truth I'd rather hide. A worn out coat, a tailored lie, sharp as the pain behind my eyes. They see a man who's in control, but never saw the cracks in the soul. I don't scream, I don't bleed out loud, I just walk through every crowd. Silence wears a suit tonight, tie pulled tight, I'm dressed in pride. No one hears what's buried deep in the shadows I still keep. I don't break, I just bend slow, carry things they'll never know. If pain had a face, it looked like mine, but I just smile and sip my wine. clock strikes 2, but I don't care. Time gave up, I'm still right here. Memories dance in smoke and flame. Every ghost still knows my name. I lost things I won't confess. Love, regret, and tenderness. Built these walls so I won't feel, but even still forgets to heal. No savior comes, no hand to hold, just a heart that's growing cold. Silence wears a suit tonight, polished shoes and empty eyes. Every step a quiet war, every scar I can't ignore. I don't shout, I disappear, drown it all in dust and fear. If truth could talk, it'd bleed and rhyme, but I just drink and kill the time. Maybe I was softer then, before the world made harder men, before the nights got twice as long, before the right all turned to wrong. Now I speak in subtle ways, in quiet looks and smoky haze. 1,000 words I never said still echo loud inside my head. Silence wears a suit so well, you'd never know the private hell. Composed face, a calm disguise. Storms don't show behind these eyes. I don't fall, I just stand still. Make a peace I never feel. If strength is pain you learn to hide, then I've been strong my whole damn life. So pour it slow and dim the light. Let the darkness stay the night. No need to ask if I'm alright. Silence answers every time. Silence answers every time. I don't speak unless I have to. Every word comes with a cost. I've seen what careless talking does. I've seen how much gets lost. There's a rhythm in my breathing, there's a stillness in my tone. I've been building quiet habits since I learned to stand alone. I'm a man of measured words. I don't give them out for free. Every silence holds a meaning. That belongs to only me. I don't need to be expressive. I don't need to be heard. There's a truth inside the quiet. Of a man of measured words. There were nights I almost told you everything I kept inside. But I've seen what truth can ruin when there's nowhere left to hide. So I kept it all contained, like a secret locked away. Now it lingers in the silence every single day. If I said what I conceal, I might lose the way I feel. I'm a man of measured words. And that's all I'll ever be. A gentleman carries weight without asking for a hand. Every scar is well contained. Every loss is part of plan. There's a code in how he moves. There's a calm in how he stands. You won't hear what he's been through. You'll just think he understands. The gentleman's burden never spoken out loud. He just blends into the silence. Even standing in a crowd, he don't need your recognition. He don't need your sympathy. He just turns his pain to structure and calls it dignity. There were times he almost faltered, almost let the silence break. But he gathered every fragment before there was a mistake. Now the world just passes through him like a thought he won't retain. And he walks without reaction to avoid the deeper pain. If he ever let it show, he'd have nowhere left to go. A gentleman's burden is the life he chose to hold. There was a time I felt it all. Every high and every fall. Now it passes through like air, like it never mattered there. I don't chase the things I lost. I don't hold what didn't stay. There's a stillness in acceptance that just grew along the way. Nothing moves me anymore. Not the pain, not the past. I've been building up a silence that was never meant to last. I don't break the way I used to. distance from the man I used to live. There were words I should have spoken, there were hands I didn't hold. Now they linger in the background like a story left untold. I don't try to rewrite endings, I don't search for something new. There's a peace inside the emptiness that I slowly grew into. If I felt it all again, I might not survive it then. Nothing moves me anymore, and I'm fine with that, I guess. I learned early not to answer every question thrown my way, not because I had no reason, but I had too much to say. There's a discipline in silence, in the words you never use, in the strength it takes to carry all the things you choose to lose. The discipline of silence, that's the code I live within.